Hey guys, welcome back to World of Warships. Today we're taking a look at the 10th anniversary update. This is absolutely amazing. So much content here available for everyone. And we're going to go over everything today, everything you need to know. There's plenty of content continuing over from the 14.7 update, another excellent update. Wargaming has a few in a row here that are just amazing for anybody wanting to play the game. Free to play, have a lot of money to spend, a little bit of money spent, does not matter. There is so much new content here. As this is an anniversary update, the most important part is your rewards based on how many years you've been playing the game. So if you're first year, second year, you can see all the rewards you would get down below. It's important to note, though, you only get the rewards for the year that you're on. You've already received your first year rewards by the time that you're on your second year, and so on. The only time this is different is with this 5th year premium ship tier 8 guaranteed container. This is new for this year. So if you're on your 6th year, 7th, 8th, 9th, or even 10th year, you will still get this guaranteed tier 8 premium container. Now, also, if you're on your 10th year, which is the current year available, you're also getting a guaranteed tier 10 premium container. So some very nice rewards here already. And if you're partway through, maybe your 8th, 7th year, you're still getting some pretty decent rewards, some premium time and all that. But there's plenty more to go over with this update. And the big one here, of course, is going to be the Festive rewards, where you can even get yourself Kushiro completely for free. Now, I'm going to link in the description down below. There is a calculator that will tell you, if you log in, how many of these Festive rewards you're going to get. As you can see here, I would have quite a few. But this will be a great way to know if you're actually going to get yourself the Kushiro. It's a ship that's going to require you to have a lot of these tier 10, tier 9, tier 8 ships. Those are going to give you the most of your Festive tokens. And while you'll still gain some tokens at lower tiers, it's not quite as much. And as a reminder, these tokens, 125, 100 tokens, is one time per ship. So you can't get duplicates if you play the same ship over and over again. However, there is a mechanic that if you play ships that you've already got your Festive rewards from, you're getting 1,000 base XP every time you get 1,000 base XP, you can use that to get the Festive tokens off a ship you haven't played yet. So it's not like you're forced to play a massive variety of ships, maybe ships that you have in port that you really don't enjoy playing. You can still get those tokens off of those ships without even playing them, just by getting this 1,000 base XP. So you need a lot of ships to get Kushiro, but a free tier 10 premium isn't too bad if you've been playing this game a long time. And while there's a few other rewards here, like the Super Containers Haul, you get up to 130 of these for 125 tokens each. Super Containers only have a 1% chance of dropping a ship, so pretty rare. But there's plenty of other decent rewards here. You get a lot of them though, so you're likely to get a decent reward if you go the Super Container route. And the other major reward you'll see with these Festive tokens is going to be Special Commander containers. So Pan-Asian Special Commander, Italian Special Commander, the Pan-American Special Commander, as well as Conrad for the Dutch line. Now, Conrad's finest hour here are only available in the Decade at Sea, at least as far as I can tell. These other three, you can actually just get from the containers screen here for coal. So you'll see that each one of those is here. But if you want Conrad and you've been waiting to finish his collection, that is what you'll have to go for, is 150 tokens each. Not too bad. It's actually a lot cheaper than the Italian or the Pan-Asian commanders. But you will have to allocate some of those resources if you want Conrad here. And as a reminder, it's always best to make sure you're not using your duplicates until you know you have enough duplicates to finish the entire thing. It's the best way to optimize things. And a total of 60 of these elements is required to actually get yourself Conrad. So won't be cheap, but if you've been grinding through this collection and you managed to get almost all the way there back when Conrad was initially released, you might be able to finish it this update. Already some pretty good rewards for this anniversary update. If you need more Festive tokens, you can get up to 2,000 of them for just logging in daily. And you'll even get some of these tokens all the way down to your tier 5 ships. So worthwhile playing some of those. But if you don't like playing the mid tiers, again, you can just play whatever tier is your favorite And then any extra bonuses you gain, you can use on some of the other ships that you haven't played yet. I do want to mention, though, these premium containers for your 5th year and your 10th year rewards, I think they're putting them out a few days from now. It sounds like they need to wait for every server to be on the same update, so don't freak out if you haven't got yours yet. It is coming in a few days. We, of course, have this absolutely amazing port for this anniversary update. I hope they keep it around. There's plenty of little Easter eggs that you can click on here and check through some things. I'm not sure if they're teasing anything here. There's a lot to check out. Maybe there's some little Easter eggs on upcoming content. I actually don't know that, but it could be worth checking out. They've even got some animations here if you click on the right objects. Very cool wargaming. Absolutely love to see the effort put in here. And it's actually not just the port here that is getting an improvement, but also we're getting a very nice improvement to the usability of the UI. Like, it's just so much nicer. Everything is here laid out very nicely for you. They're actually paying attention to this game so much more. I also want to draw your attention to continuation of the 10th anniversary Grand Voyage. You can earn these Voyage tokens just by playing the game and get up to 32,000 doubloons or steel just by playing the game these days. It is really, really good. You also want to look out for GQ Johnny. This one is a little bit of a grind to get through, but if you manage to play 90 days of 5 battles in each of those days, then you can still get the GQ Johnny. That you can find over in your combat missions tab if you're unsure. And look at the Grand Voyage section. You do have another 118 days left. So if you haven't started yet, you can still get the GQ Johnny, which is just a copy of Johnson. And you'll see here, play 3 battles, play 5 battles. You need to complete 5 battles of those 90 days to actually get that ship. Bit of a grind, but it is a tier 9 premium. And for those doubloons, don't feel bad if you've missed out on the last update. You're just coming back. The welcome bonus, that is the majority or a large chunk of those doubloons that you're getting. So the first 24 days that you're playing, you just have to play a battle here. You're getting 350 of the doubloons. You're only missing out on days of 150. After you've done those first 24 days, then you're only getting 150 doubloons a day, or steel. You know, it can convert to either one, but it's this welcome bonus. So don't feel bad if you missed out. These 24 days will always be the first 24 days of whenever you're playing until the 118 days is up. We, of course, still have the Laffy Dockyard going on, and if you're interested in getting this ship and you haven't actually started the grind, you still can complete it, okay? You definitely still can complete it, but it's going to be a bit challenging. It's important to look out for some of these missions that you can see over here in the dockyard. We're getting closer to the 6th phase, and this is where the real grind is going to start. Base XP per ship class. That is going to be a bit of a roadblock, so something to keep in mind there. But if you are grinding out the game a lot, you certainly can still complete the Laffy Dockyard. Back to our update navigator. Again, just absolutely love this. Honorable service rewards. It's kind of strange. Takes you to a web page telling you to enter the game, even though I'm already here. But you do get rewards based on how many years you've been playing, of course, as well as how many ships you have. Just laying out the update a little bit nicer for you. Blast from the past. I cannot wait to play this mode. We are going to be running most of my battles through this, okay? I'm not gonna lie. No carrier, no sub, classic ships, none of the new gimmick boats. This is going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. So we're gonna play an absolute ton of those. And you can also check out your battle record here. Asymmetric coming back too here is pretty cool. The battle record just telling you how many years you've been playing, some of your stats, that kind of thing. I'm not sure about the hours played. I've played this game a lot, and the number of hours seems like it's a little bit on the low side, I gotta say. Apparently, I am a turtle playstyle. Seems a little silly. Not my Ohio 400k game? Oh, that's weird. But only 4,000 hours played, somehow. That seems a little bit incorrect to me. I don't know. Maybe that is accurate, but I gotta say, I think I've played way more hours than that. Although it's possible that most of those have been just sitting in port, making videos like this one, and maybe they're not counting that. I'm sure you guys have been excited to see the new German cruisers, especially with their manual secondaries gimmick. We'll see how those play this update, because they've finally fixed them, apparently. I still haven't played with them. That is going to be my job later today. Got to check them out, but they were bugged for some reason. The secondaries weren't accurate, or they didn't lock on properly when you're using manual. I'm not sure exactly what it was. They were a little bit awkward to aim. You're better off just leaving them in auto secondary mode. So that's why I've waited to play them here. Otherwise, we would have taken a look at them much sooner. Of course, we have an event pass here for the 10th anniversary. Already looked at the Optio? I am bad with pronunciations, which is just Ferruccio. Again, if you're interested, that video is there for you. 2,500 doubloons, though, for a Tier 7 Italian light cruiser. Not too bad if you're interested in that playstyle. And make sure you're playing this Blast from the Past rather quickly, as it's going to jump through the years. So 2015, 2017, 2019, 2020, 2022. So if you want to play the 2015 mode, got to get in this first week. We're also getting the continuation of In the Name of Tomorrow. You got up to September 17th, depending on your server, I guess. But for me, September 17th to actually finish that. And as a reminder, that's how you can get San Diego completely for free. That started last update. You still have time to finish this, don't you worry. But you will have to do some grinding in the operations. Fortunately, a lot of the combat missions, this update can be completed for your dockyard and that too, while playing these operations. Very nice to see that. Not always Wargaming allows you to play any game mode to complete those. Looks like they just want you to play the game and have fun, earn the free rewards. If you already have San Diego, by the way, you will get doubloons as compensation. So it's worthwhile doing whether you have San Diego or not. And continuing with Wargaming, actually updating the game, not just adding a ton of new content for insane prices like they were doing in the first half of 2025. We have the module damage rework. So you no longer have to worry about permanently destroyed modules. That's what they're changing here. The modules will repair over time, and that means you won't have permanently knocked out torp tubes. This is a buff to torpedo boats, one of the most frustrating things. Fully building for your torp boat. And then a salvo of HE knocks out a torp tube permanently. Absolutely brutal. This also applies to main guns as well as secondaries. Huge buff to things with very fragile secondaries, but also AA modules. So you won't have that problem of halfway through or towards the end of a battle having almost none of your AA mounts left and the carrier able to strike you completely for free without losing any planes anymore. We're also getting a new ship rotation. I'm still not a big fan of this. Feels like creating artificial FOMO. But there is one good side to this. Wargaming are bringing back some ships that were not available previously. So rotations here, these have been around for a while. But you're getting the ability to get Navarin now without it being in some FOMO event. Picardy's back. Not a good ship. It was buffed recently. You can watch that video. It's still not a good ship. We get Mini Gumo coming back, Jupiter 42. So ships that have been a little bit challenging to get in the past or just purely for ridiculous prices. And it remains to be seen how much these are actually going to cost now that they're back, as it's not available to me just yet on the server on the Armory yet. But it's really nice to see them back, not leaving them to just stay as FOMO ships and no one can get them after a very, very short event where they cost a lot of money. And the last thing that we have to talk about here with this update is the Wishing Wharf. I saved it for last because I don't think anybody should engage with this event. These are horrible, horrible, horrible events. Yamato Kai is literally just Yamato with a different camo. I don't even know if you're able to use the legendary mod. That was something interesting about the ARP Yamato. It had its own unique legendary upgrade that was even more expensive. Couldn't just use the standard one, so I'm not sure about that. Really not worth getting this thing. Just get yourself a standard Yamato instead if you want to play. Sibir is available in the Wishing Wharf here, and it's, I mean, like 1% 0.0. Like, what are these drop rates? It's crazy. You're very, very unlikely to actually get anything that you want here. There's even some camos here that are still just a 5% drop rate. Do not, please, just remember, the people that show you they got the ship that they wanted or whatever, they got lucky. People who do not get lucky with this aren't going to post on social media, okay? That's the vast majority of people. So just ignore this event entirely, this Wishing Wharf. If you really want Sibir, I'd recommend you do the Doubloon Admiral pack here. It's very expensive, 40k doubloons for a tier 10 premium here. But you are getting some free doubloons, these updates, and if you want it, at least you know you're going to get it when inputting this many doubloons. Otherwise, if you input into the Wishing Wharf, there's no guarantee of it. And while I am happy that there is an option to buy it outright, I just really wish they would stop with these Wishing Wharfs, man. It is way too predatory. It is crazy to me. And that it's the first thing featured, not the free to earn Kushiro. This is way more exciting to me. I don't know. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments down below about some of this update. For now, I think we got to focus on the good side of this update, which certainly is these festive rewards. You can earn a lot of super containers here. If you have enough ships, you can get a tier 10 premium completely for free. You can also finally get Conrad if you've been waiting for that. German cruisers, we're going to go over those soon, but don't engage in early access. That would be my recommendation. It's always ridiculously expensive. Wait the 2 months, 2 updates, and then get them completely for free just by playing the game. They're tech tree ships. Focus instead on things like the Grand Voyage here, where you can get a ton of doubloons and steel completely for free. That first 24 days is going to get you 10,000 of the 32,000. And then the rest are going to come from just daily rewards here of only 150 tokens per day. So a lot of those tokens are front loaded. That's why I loved this event last update. Really glad to see things like this. GQ Johnny still available to earn. And if you already have it, by the way, you're getting steel as a reward. So very cool to see that available as a decent reward if you already have the ship, GQ Johnny, as well as San Diego giving you doubloons if you already have that ship. And as you can see, there's even more events planned. We'll see what this one is like in the next update. Christmas coming as well. Very, very good time to be playing World of Warships. The second half of 2025 here is looking absolutely incredible. Very, very cool port to have here for this 10th anniversary. Tons of Easter eggs. I look forward to seeing if anybody's found anything there that isn't the most obvious that you can just click on, right? Maybe there's a special order of clicking on specific objects. I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoy the 10th anniversary update. I'm very excited to see how things go, especially with the Blast from the Past game mode. It's a good time to be playing World of Warships. Thank you very much for watching and have a great rest of your day.